Peter Parker from UpStanding Kids here. Hi everyone, and this is my beautiful boy Samuel Parker, who's 9 years old. So what actually happens when we sit? Why are we making such a fuss about sitting? As you can see when Sammy's sitting there, everything is at right angles, which in essence is not too bad. His feet are off the floor. Normally he'd be on a smaller chair at school. But what happens when he sits is that everything virtually switches off. And I'm just talking in terms of the musculo-skeletal system. I'm not talking about heart, bowel, anything like that. When he sits, his diaphragm is more compressed, the large muscle that goes up and down when we breathe, so that his breathing is actually less effective. So what tends to happen is that Sam would be shallow breathing, probably using more of his upper chest and breathing down into his abdomen. And that can lead to poor breathing, oxygenation, which can lead to fatigue, concentration issues and general malaise. So even from a point of view of that, sitting can be hard. When Sammy's sitting, his whole core structure, all the big muscles of that area have actually switched off. So they're not doing their job of protecting and providing the scaffolding around his actual body and spine in particular. So the discs in his lower back are being squashed without any muscular support. His big muscles, what they call the psoas, the hip flexors, are actually shortened. They run from here down into the hip and they bring the knee to the chest. A huge, powerful muscle that is now switched off and shortened, which is going to tighten him through the front of the pelvis. So when he's sitting, all of this area is switched off and compressed. If I stand Sammy up now, stand up buddy, what tends to happen with kids that are sitting a lot is that when they go to stand, these big hip flexors just don't automatically let go. They stay shortened and inactive and tight. And what that tends to produce is a child who will be slightly flexed at the hip, which means they will load the knee and the ankle and calf. So what we tend to see in a lot of young people now, a little bit older than Sammy, is they're getting tendon issues in their knees, tendon issues in their Achilles, which we call Osgood-Schlatter's and Sever's disease. So we're seeing a huge incidence rise in that just from the physical amount of time sitting. We also tend to see that they overextend a little bit through their lower back, and posturally they tend to slouch a little bit through here, and Sammy's trying to lift himself now. So a huge array of consequences from sitting versus standing, which engenders all the opposite actions, and it's actually a natural human position. So that's what you're looking at in a nutshell. We could touch more on other system effects in the body, but that's just a brief snapshot of what happens with sitting versus standing, and really why I'm so passionate as an osteopath about why this has to change and why standing desks in a school would be the most compliant way to get kids to do it. They don't know they're doing it, they prefer to do it, and it's a great measure. What do you think? Yeah. Yeah, we should do it. Yeah. So thanks for listening everyone. I hope you're enjoying what we're putting forward, and I hope you're supporting UpStanding Kids. Thanks very much. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm Batman.